this part, I will use a sequence of videos to walk you through toward project 1. Yeah. I will cover almost all the details from beginning to end. I may need to use many videos. At this point, I do not know how many I need. I just do one by one. Okay. For some of you, some of the steps you may already know, but I want to cover everyone. Yeah. So I will go through a lot of details. If you already know it, you can skip it. But some other students may still need it. So that's why I do not want to miss anything. Okay, so hope you can follow and complete the project. Yeah. All right, so let's start. I start from the very beginning. Okay, yeah. Everything you may need to know, I'll just talk about it. All right. All right. So first, I called step 0. What's that? Software preparation. When you need to get it started, first, I like to check your software preparation if it is ready or not. So you can see I start from the very beginning. Okay, software preparation. Okay, yeah. We need 2 software tools. The first one, XAMPP. Second one, Eclipse for Java EE version. Yeah, Eclipse, there are several versions, but you need to use the Java EE version. Do not use the Eclipse for Java developers. So that version does not include web part. So you cannot do web development. Yeah. All right. So these 2, I have 2 tutorials. So if any of you missed that part, yeah, here, let me just give you the location. Module 2. Yeah, I hope everyone knows that. Module 2, part 0. That place I give you tutorials. The tutorials, 2 versions for XAMPP. There is a Windows version and a Mac version. Yeah, because I notice many students use Mac. So I also create a Mac version. Yeah. Then, Eclipse, just one version. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here, before I want to talk about the tutorials a little bit. Before I go to those 2 tutorials, I want to explain these 2 software packages, some basic information first. Yeah. So regarding the XAMPP, what do we use it for? Yeah. So I need to give you some background information. Yeah. Otherwise, you may not know how to use. Yeah. So for XAMPP, we use it for MySQL, SQL. That's the main purpose, the database. Yeah. So in other words, if we do not use database, we do not need to use XAMPP. Okay? If we do not use the database part, we just use the Eclipse for Java E. That's enough. Okay? Yeah. All right. Because in order to use MySQL, yeah, XAMPP contains the MySQL. Okay? XAMPP contains the SQL Server. Okay, yeah. So that means before you want to use the MySQL Server, you need to start it. Start it in XAMPP control panel. XAMPP, after you install it, you have a control panel. Icon you can find on your machine. So you double click it, you open it. Yeah. Later when I go through the tutorial, so you will see it. Yeah. So I can start on my machine. Yeah. So you will see it. Yeah. Very easy. Yeah. All right. So then the MySQL Server, you start it from the control panel, click start button. Yeah. Later I will show you. Yeah. But we need a user interface. Yeah. MySQL does not have a graphical user interface. So we need a nice user interface for MySQL. Yeah. So that one, there is a PHP web application called PHP MyAdmin. This web application. So for that reason, yeah, in order to run this PHP MyAdmin web application, we need Apache server, Apache web server. So that is included in XAMPP, Apache server. Okay, yeah. Apache server, you also need to start it in control panel. Okay, control panel. So then you need a PHP installed. Yeah, it's included in XAMPP. Yeah, so that's the reason we need this XAMPP. So you need this background. Yeah. If you do not know this, then you may not feel comfortable. Yeah. I hope after this short description, you can feel better using that XAMPP. Yeah. All right. Yeah. To Eclipse for, yeah, sorry, yeah, for Java EE. All right. So that's our IDE, main IDE to use. Yeah. But before you can use it, after you download it, still not ready yet. Yeah. After you download it, yeah, first you need to download the right version. Later I will go through the tutorials. So I point out the several important steps. Yeah. After that, you need to do configuration before you can use it. Okay? Now, the configuration, you need to configure two things. Yeah. First, JDK, Java JDK. So you know JDK, right? So Java version, Java Development Kit. So JDK, okay, the name. Second, the web server, Tomcat. Okay, yeah. In tutorial, I provide the details, the configuration. Here, before I go through the tutorials, I want to give you this kind of overview. So let you know why you need these two software tools. Yeah. All right, so now we are ready to go to the tutorials. Yeah. So I'll quickly go through each tutorial and explain something. Yeah. All right, so let's go there. All right. The first tutorial I want to show you, yeah, this one, okay? Yeah, installing XAMPP for Windows. I just use the Windows version. Yeah. All right, so you can download. Yeah. So you hope you can find it. Yeah. Module 2, Part 0. Yeah. I have some, explanation. Yeah. The first thing, when you download, here I emphasize you need to download older version. Do not download the most recent version. The reason is the most recent version does not include MySQL. It includes a different one called MariaDB. The reason is MySQL was acquired by the Oracle, so now it is under the Oracle control. So the original developers, so they do not feel happy, this DBMS controlled by not open source organization, by some company, private company. So they want to create another open source type DBMS. So they use a similar version, MariaDB, but for us, MySQL, we are already familiar with the MySQL. So if we switch to MariaDB, the learning curve, may not be very easy to learn quickly. Yeah. So for that reason, we want to use the MySQL. For that reason, here I draw the circle, give you recommendation using this 5.5 something. Okay, 5 point something. Yeah, because the current you go to 7 already, 7 something, even higher than that. Yeah, 7, 8, even higher. So those you cannot use MySQL. Okay, so that's why we need to go back. Yeah, hope you can find it. Some students couldn't find it. Yeah, because I received some message before, so they asked me, they couldn't find it. Yeah. In that situation, so if I just want to consider special case. If you cannot find the old version online, web, you can send me a message. Here I have one I downloaded on my machine. So I can use Google Drive to share it with you. Yeah, because the software is pretty big. You can see, more than 100 megabytes. So I cannot send it to you in email. Yeah, I may upload in Canvas. Yeah, it's okay. I did that before. I upload it in Canvas, so you can download from there. Yeah. If you need, just let me know. But usually you can find it. Yeah. From my tutorial, the link, 80% of the time you can get there. But one student told me, he cannot use my link. I check it. I can use it. But that student told me he cannot use it. So he found from a different location. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So after you find the right version, download, install. Installation, usually it is very smooth. Yeah. So, nothing to change. Yeah. So when you run it, yeah. So take the default location, C:\examp, default location. So you can find files if you need to go there. Usually we do not need to go there. But if for some special situation, if we need to go to the installation directory, so you can easily find it. Yeah. Here, another screen, do not check that checkbox. Yeah, because if you check it, you will have many, advertising trash thing. Yeah, very annoying. So you don't want to see that. Yeah. All right. So after that, just installation, normal installation. Yeah. Then when you start, so this is the control panel I talked about in the first slide. Here you can see the first row, Apache server. Second row, MySQL server. Okay. So you just click the start button, you start Apache. After that, when it is started, then you click start button for MySQL. So then MySQL server also started. Then you are ready. You can use the MySQL DBMS, the PHP MyAdmin. easily. Yeah. All right, so that's the preparation. Yeah. Here I show you the picture when they started. Yeah, it looks like this. Yeah, very easy. Yeah. But one thing I want to remind you, because for the default setting, many Windows machines, especially the Mac machine, and sometimes some of the Windows machine, when you shut down your computer, so these two servers also shut down. So next time when you start your computer, these two servers will not be started automatically. So that means the next time if you want to develop Java web application using database, you need to check your control panel if these two servers are started. Yeah, make sure, yeah, because sometimes we may forget. Yeah. Then we try to connect to database, it cannot be connected because the server is not running. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just let you know. After that, then how do you know you install the software successfully, right? So here I tell you how to check it. Yeah. The checking step, very easy. You just start your web browser, any web browser. You start it, okay? Because two servers already running. Yeah. So you cannot notice it. Yeah, but they are running. Yeah. You start your web browser, then you type this http://localhost. Localhost will access the server running in the default port number. Here we do not specify the port number, right? If we do not specify the port number by default is 80. 80. Yeah. So localhost, yeah. So you will see the server running in the port 80. That's the Apache server. Okay. So that's our Apache server using port 80 as the default. Yeah. After you run it, you will see the picture, like this. So this is the screen I cut from that local host. Yeah. Then PHP MyAdmin. Yeah. So look at here. I draw a red circle around it. So you want to go there to see your bases in your MySQL. Yeah. So you click that link, so you will see this screen, PHP MyAdmin. Okay. If you see this screen, yeah. So the column at the left, so that's all the databases you already have, before you use it. Yeah. So there are some default databases already there. So if you see, here, because I have something, So if your view is slightly different, it's okay because I may put something there. Yeah. All right. So after that, now you are ready. Yeah. So this part is ready. Okay. So the database part, database setting part, this part is ready. Okay. Yeah. So you can move to the next step. Okay. All right. So now I go to the second tutorial. Eclipse for Java EE. Yeah. All right. So first, so go through the, tutorial pretty long. Yeah. First, you need to have Java installed on your machine, right? Yeah. And for the Java, so there is something, because some students may not have so they may feel their machine already have the Java because from some other source, they may heard all the Windows machine with Java installed by default. They may heard of that, but here I want to let you know, if you hear that kind of message, that's something different. The Java installed by default on your machine, that's called JRE, Java Runtime Environment, JRE. So that means that environment can run your Java code, but that that one cannot be used to develop Java programs. You cannot use it to develop, write your Java programs, compile and run. So that's why we need to install a Java version. That's not a JRE, it is JDK. Yeah, here I talk about that. Yeah. You need to have JDK, not a JRE. Yeah. JDK is larger than JRE. So JRE is a subset inside JDK. Yeah. So we need the larger part, JDK. Yeah. So that's why you need to download. Yeah. Here in my tutorial, I talk about the version 12. Yeah. So you can get a similar version. The version number not very important. Yeah. We just want a stable version. Yeah. It's good enough. Okay. All right. So then find Eclipse, download. Make sure Eclipse ID for enterprise Java development. So you see, the enterprise or Java EE, yeah, the word like that. So look at the name. Yeah, sometimes they may change the name. Yeah, so they change the name frequently. Yeah, but make sure that E is there. Enterprise, E refers to enterprise. Enterprise edition, something related to enterprise. We need that. That's the version we need. Yeah. All right. So after you download it, you unzip it. Yeah. You do not need to run installer. Just unzip it on your machine. So then it will be ready to run. Okay. Yeah. All right. So then we need to test it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Before we test it, we need to do configuration. Okay. So when we start, this workspace started, then configure two things. Yeah. All right. So the first thing, JDK. We need to configure JDK inside Java EE. Why we configure JDK? Because by default, Eclipse uses JRE to run Java, not JDK, JRE. Yeah. But why we use that JDK? Because when we use Tomcat inside Eclipse, we need a JDK. Tomcat needs JDK, so that's why we configure JDK for Tomcat. Yeah. All right. All right, how to configure? So here I tell you, so which screen to go, which window, preferences, install a JRE. Yeah. So then you need to configure it. Yeah. Yeah. So follow these screens. Then you need to go to your installed directory, the default installed directory in program files, JDK. Yeah, so you can find it. After you install the JDK, you can go that location to find it. That's the default location. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you find it. Yeah. Then you go to this screen. You need to change the check mark from JRE to JDK. The default. Yeah. We know JDK contains JRE. So you will get more features. Switch from JRE to JDK. Yeah. All right. So after that, you need to configure Tomcat to work with Eclipse. Eclipse has internal Tomcat support, but you need to connect them. Yeah. So that's why you need another step. Yeah. First, you need to download the Tomcat. Yeah. So here, you just go to the Apache, open source search Tomcat. Yeah, Tomcat, the home website. Download the zip file. Okay. Yeah. Do not download the installer. Yeah. Download that zip file. So you unzip it, then ready to use. Yeah. After you unzip it in some location, now you get to this preferences table, runtime server, on the server node, runtime environment, all right, yeah. Select Tomcat version. When you download, look at what version do you download, yeah. 8.5, 8 or 9, So usually version 8, already it is a little old, but more stable, yeah. Version 9, newer, but not as stable as version 8. So that's why I prefer to use version 8, relatively older, yeah. All right, so here I select 8.5. So when you download, so you try to match that version, yeah. What the version Eclipse support, yeah. So if you can find 8.5, that will be safe. That will be safe, yeah. All right. So you point to the installation, browse, point to the installation location. Then after you finish it, Tomcat is connected to your Eclipse. Yeah. Now you are ready to use Eclipse to develop your Java EE web application. Okay, yeah. So for Nebbings, yeah, I mentioned a little bit, yeah, but so here I do not want to touch that. Yeah, we just use the Eclipse as our main IDE. Yeah. Before I finish this video, so let me do another thing. Yeah, because after you install, after you finish, complete it, you need to test it if it works, right? Yeah, because that step is pretty easy. So I want to do it right here. I just use a few minutes to show you how to test it, to see if it works, ready for Java web development. Yeah, so that step, because in my tutorial, I didn't include that part. Yeah, so that's why I want to show you here. Yeah, hello world. Yeah, because we need to do a hello world. Very simple web application to check if it works or not. All right. Okay. All right, so I already start my Eclipse. Yeah. So now I show you. Hello world. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because some students even do not know. Yeah, still some students ask me what kind of project. Yeah, so that's why I do everything here, so you will know what project do we create. Yeah. First, we need to create a project. File, new. Yeah, look at here. The third item, dynamic web project. That's the type we use for this class, dynamic web project. Okay, yeah. Why it is so slow? Yeah, much slower than I expected. Yeah, project name, let's call it Hello World. Yeah, world, yeah. All right. Yeah, already exists. Yeah, let me just put a 0. Yeah, so I need a new one. Okay, yeah, hello world. Yeah. Next, although I can click finish, yeah, because I do not need to do anything, right? So I can click finish. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because on my machine, I'm doing video recording, so that may cause the response time much slower. Yeah, so this hello world 0, that's the one we just created. All right, now open it, because we want to write a simplest web application. So we want to put as little as possible to make it work. That's it. So we only put a JSP there. All right, We'll only put a JSP to make it work. That's it. We don't need to do anything fancy. Yeah. Because this is the first example. Yeah. Expand the web content node. Then we create a JSP on the web content node. Right click it, web content. Right click. All right, new. All right, we want to get a JSP file. All right, okay. JSP. All right, let's give a file name. We call it index.jsp. Because if you use this name, then it will be used as the welcome file by default. If you use a non-default name, then you need to do configuration. So you need to do extra work. Here, we want to make things as simple as possible. So we don't want to do extra work. So we just use the default welcome file name, index.jsp. Okay, finish. That's it. Yeah. All right. So this file is created. Okay, yeah. And we don't need anything. We just type hello world there. That's it. Then we run it. Okay, we just type hello world. All right, yeah. One string. That's it. Save it. Okay, yeah. All right, last thing we need to do. Last thing we need to do. Yeah, run the project. Just run it. Tomcat server. That's it. Okay. Right click this project node. Hello world 0. Right click. So we see the menu. Run as. Look at this. Run as. We select run on server. Yeah. Run on server. We need to use Tomcat. Yeah. Yeah. Here. On my machine, I have many projects, so I want to go there. Yeah, so you will see, yeah, just very slow. Yeah, when I'm doing videos, it is always very slow. Here, I remove all, okay? Yeah, I only keep hello world 0 in the, running part, yeah. So now I won't get any interference, yeah. Otherwise, that you may get some interference, yeah. All right, so finish. Then Eclipse uses its own browser. Eclipse has its built-in web browser, yeah. Although it is not as good as the regular web browser, external web app browser, but most of the time it's enough. So we just use it. Yeah. So it takes some time. Tomcat start running, deploy the web application, then start. Yeah. So it takes some time. Yeah. But it should not be too long. Yeah. It should not be too long. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry. Yeah. Do you know what's the problem? Yeah. The problem is because my machine running too many software. Okay? And the CPU is used heavily, so then the Tomcat cannot. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. For this video, the last step missing, so yeah, last step is missing. Yeah, but I will make it work. Yeah. So you're already here. So on your machine, it should work.